Good evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Grant Olson is away tonight. I'm Jefferson Robbins. We've got a lot of news to cover for your evening tonight, but before we get to that, let's take a quick look outside of our weather window from the cross cam looking north up the Wenatchee Valley. Beautiful day in the Wenatchee Valley with a lot of sunlight, temperatures that bordered on perfect. That, however, is likely to change in the near future as moisture rolls in from the west starting tonight, tomorrow, and into the weekend. The chance of rain increases through the weekend, and we definitely need it, although starting Monday, we should be back to comfortable fall-like conditions. Dan Kuntz will be along a little bit later with your full regional forecast with all the details, but right now, here are the few of the stories that we're following for you tonight. Police say a woman found dead near Stevens Pass was the victim of a violent homicide. A federal judge has to withdraw from overseeing a lawsuit about rejected election ballots after his own ballot was rejected under similar circumstances. And a Wenatchee attorney must pay a fine after illicitly bringing firearms into Canada. But first, our top story tonight. Traffic was diverted this afternoon on Highway 97A between Wenatchee and Chelan after a collision in the Knaps Hill Tunnel involving two passenger vehicles and a semi-truck. That crash about 1 p.m. this afternoon forced the Washington State Patrol to detour traffic onto Navarre Coulee Road on the north side of the tunnel. Troopers have not yet said if anyone was injured in that accident, but an ambulance was on the scene. The tunnel was expected to be closed for an extended time today. Well, a woman found dead last week on the shoulder of Highway 2 near Stevens Pass died by homicidal violence. That's the determination of Chelan and King County investigators today. Chelan County Sheriff Brian Burnett says the victim underwent autopsy on Tuesday. She's a 25-year-old woman from Marysville whose name has not yet been released while authorities reach out to her next of kin. Her body was found September 7th, about 8 miles east of Stevens Pass in western Chelan County. If you have information about this homicide, please call the Sheriff's Tip Line, 509-667-6845. Well, a federal judge presiding over a lawsuit on Chelan County's handling of Hispanic voters' ballots removed himself from the case this month because his own ballot was recently challenged in the same manner specified in the lawsuit. Plaintiffs in the case claim that Chelan, Yakima, and Benton counties challenged the ballot signatures of Latinx voters at a disproportionate rate. U.S. District Judge Salvador Mendoza Jr., the first Latinx judge on Washington's federal bench, admitted on September 7th that his own ballot in the 2020 election was initially rejected by Benton County due to an alleged mismatch between his signature on the ballot and that on his voter registration. Mendoza withdrew September 9th. Judge Rosanna Maloof Peterson of Spokane will now hear that case as it proceeds. Well, the city of Leavenworth will turn on its downtown parking meters next week in what the city is calling a soft launch of its first metered parking. The meters were installed a year ago, but their use was delayed by the COVID-19 pandemic. The city said for the first 2 to 3 weeks, vehicles parked at expired meters will be given a warning card. Motorists can pay at the meter with a credit or debit card, or they can download an app to pay. The app also can warn them if their meter is close to expiring. The city said the meters will have a 15-minute minimum and a 3-hour maximum, but there will also be a 15-minute grace period that will allow people to pick up something from a business without needing to pay for parking. Well, a Wenatchee attorney who illicitly brought firearms into Canada has been handed a $9,100 fine. 61-year-old Sean Bertram Jensen was convicted on 2 counts of storing a firearm contrary to Canadian regulation. He initially faced 8 charges after his arrest in October 2019, when he was accused of bringing a restricted AR-15 and a .22 caliber pistol into Canada through the Osoyoos border crossing. On Tuesday, a Penticton law judge set aside 6 of the most serious counts. Jensen has practiced law in Washington state for 33 years. Well, coming up next, nighttime work on the West Cashmere Bridge that was due to start next week has been delayed, and a serious collision with a livestock animal in Okanagan County sends 1 traveler to the hospital. I'm Jefferson Robbins, and you're watching NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
At Wenatchee Power Sports, we proudly offer the Polaris product line. Polaris builds the highest quality side-by-side in the industry, with off-road capability that's second to none. The Polaris pre-order program allows customers to purchase the vehicle they want without having to select from limited dealer inventory. The Wenatchee Valley has year-round access to some of the best ORV trails in the Northwest. Start your adventure here at Wenatchee Power Sports.
Hi, Stephen DeVilbiss here, Branch Manager of Beneficial and Home Care. We are an equal opportunity employer and we do not discriminate in employment or services. It is our mission to maximize our clients' physical health and sense of mental well-being while remaining in the comfort of their home. We are currently seeking professional caregivers who share our mission to help our clients live safely and comfortably at home. Call Beneficial and Home Care. Schedule your interview today, 509-663-7900.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. The Grant County Health District provided an in-depth look this week at the 155 COVID-19 deaths the county has experienced since the pandemic began more than a year and a half ago. By far the most deaths were recorded in November and December of last year, with 35 each month. The next highest month was last month, when there were 14 deaths. All but 11 of those deaths were people 50 or older, with the most deaths among people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. Almost twice as many men as women in Grant County have had their deaths confirmed as COVID-19 related. Statewide, deaths are evenly split between men and women. More than 7,000 people have died from COVID-19 in Washington since the pandemic began. 99 of those were in Chelan and Douglas counties. Well, nighttime work on the West Cashmere Bridge that was due to start next week has been delayed. The Chelan County Public Works Department says girders that are set to be laid above Highway 2 west of Cashmere haven't yet arrived. The work was scheduled to close the highway at Hay Canyon Road starting on Monday, September 20th, with a one-lane traffic diversion from 9:30 p.m. to 5 a.m. each night. That work has now been pushed off until the week of September 27th. If you are traveling that route at night, be prepared for some delays. Well, water and sewer systems in rural NCW communities will soon get upgrades thanks to about $930,000 in federal block grants. The town of Brewster won $900,000 in the latest grant round for wastewater improvements. The city of Pateros earned $330,000, for planning and construction standards. The Community Development Block Grant Program provides funding sources to small local governments for water, sewer, and street infrastructure, as well as other critical programs. Well, a 24-year-old woman had to be airlifted to a Spokane hospital after the 2018 Honda Civic she was riding in collided with a cow Wednesday night on Highway 20 south of Wakanda. The Washington State Patrol says 43-year-old Jacob Rome of Republic was driving westbound just before 9 p.m. when he was unable to stop in time and struck the cow in the roadway. Passenger Destiny Peterson of Evans, Washington, was flown to Sacred Heart Medical Center with undisclosed injuries. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, we check in to see who you can take home from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society in our weekly feature, Paws for Pets. Dan Kuntz will also be here with your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve. The right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Adam is a friendly fellow who's waiting to find a forever home at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. He's the star of this week's segment of Paws for Pets.
This week on Paws for Pets, Jenny Ulrich, the volunteer and outreach coordinator for the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, introduces a handsome wedding crasher named Adam.
Adam here is a young guy. He's just under a year old. We think he's pretty sweet. He has a fun story. He actually attended a wedding of one of our volunteers. Her niece was getting married, and he showed up, sat down and attended the wedding, stuck around for the reception, so they actually thought he belonged to somebody at the wedding, but he didn't. He's been awesome here. He, like I said, he's young, so he is under a year old, so he kind of falls in that category of an older puppy and not quite an adult. We're kind of surprised that he's still around because he's a really, really nice guy. He just needs somebody that's going to actually work with him and kind of train him and show him all the ways, but he is polite to people. He's a little bit unsure of other dogs here. He does go to playgroup with one other dog, but it's been a really slow introductions to other dogs, so it would have to be the right dog for Adam. He does like to chase cats, so he's probably a no cat home. But other than that, I mean, he is just a sweet, especially if you know shepherds, he is about as shepherd as they get. He's loyal, he's loving, he's a pretty great guy.
If you're interested in meeting and adopting Adam, the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and closed 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. for quiet hour. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
And a pleasant Thursday evening to you. Dan Coons filling in for Grant Olson. I hope you had a beautiful day today. I hope you had a chance to get out and enjoy this lovely late summer, early autumn weather. Bountiful sunshine all day today. It was a chilly start to the morning, but we warmed up rather nicely as we take a look at our PTZ camera overlooking, I believe that's the Wenatchee Valley, if I'm not mistaken. As far as temperature today, below normal, about 7 degrees below normal. Our high today of about 70 degrees. Normally we're at 77 degrees. Take a look at sunrise and sunset. We're at that 12-hour and 30-minute mark. We lost about 16 hours of daylight over the last week or so. That's going to continue. We're going to lose about 2.5 to 3 minutes of daylight all the way until next Wednesday for the autumnal equinox. Autumn is almost here, and boy, is it going to feel like autumn this weekend. All right, let's talk about temperatures tomorrow. First of all, going to be cloudy. Sun's taking the day off. We'll start out with the Columbia Basin as we always do. Moses Lake, you'll be in the upper 60s. Also, Quincy, you'll be checking in about 66. Wenatchee, about 70 for the valley, about 70 for Cashmere as well. As usually, a little bit cooler in the Leavenworth and Lake Wenatchee area. And up in Omak, you'll check in at 67 degrees. We've been talking about what's going to be happening over the last few days. Look at this atmospheric river. It's pointed right. I'm going to get out of the way here so you can see the state of Washington. There we are. Look at that baby, packing a big punch. What's going to happen with this big atmospheric river? It's going to cut down a little bit, down towards the Portland metropolitan area, and then it's going to come back up and pay us a visit. Normally, we have the rain shadow that protects us. When we get something that comes in right off the Puget Sound area, it hits the west slopes of the Cascades. All the rain comes down. We stay dry in the rain shadow. We don't have that protection coming this weekend. Not only is this baby packing a whole bunch of moisture, but it's also going to come down from a different direction, which means we have a chance of some significant measurable rain. How much? They don't really know yet. The National Weather Service is kind of hedging their bets. They're going to work on the computer models. We'll know more about exactly how much rain we're expected over the weekend when we get to the forecast tomorrow. So again, 68 and 54. What's going to happen here as this atmospheric river comes in? Say goodbye to the sun. You can forget about it. No sunshine on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, as far as the rain, light rain on Friday during the day. It's going to pick up in intensity by about 10 or 11 o'clock on Friday night. It's going to start coming down pretty good. Significant rain all night Friday night while you're sleeping. Saturday morning, you're going to wake up to rain, and it's going to rain off and on pretty much all day on Saturday, right on into Saturday night. Not heavy deluges of rain. We're not expecting that. Just consistent light rain right through Saturday. Rain likely all day Saturday, right into Saturday night. Do we catch a break on Sunday? No. It's going to rain on Sunday as well. Now, we need the rain. We're still in a drought. We're still way behind on our annual rainfall. So bring on the rain. And it's going to happen. Again, it's going to start Friday afternoon, really come down, and the heaviest rain will be Friday overnight into Saturday, but it's still going to rain Saturday. It's still going to rain Sunday. That system is going to roll out of here by Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. We're right back to sunshine for Monday and Tuesday, the last 2 days of summer, and then autumn will greet us on Wednesday with some pretty nice weather. So again, significant rain, the heaviest rain on Friday night while you're sleeping into Saturday. Any kind of outdoor plans that you may have over the weekend, especially Saturday, you're going to want to pack a bumper chute. So to recap, 68, lots of sunshine, beautiful day today. But again, the sun's going to be taking the weekend off. 54 for the overnight low tonight. Lots of clouds in the morning. Rain starts coming down in the afternoon hours. Comes down at a pretty good clip overnight Friday into Saturday. Off and on rain all day Saturday. Saturday night, Sunday, right on in to Sunday night. And then Sunday night into Monday, the system rolls on out of here. And we're looking pleasant for the last 2 full days of autumn on Monday and Tuesday. That's your forecast. A quick break, and then the ever-widening world of sports with the ever-widening Eric Granstrom and more. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
A new novel is now available at Amazon.com. The title, Lost Treasure of the China Bar, details life on the Columbia River and Plateau during the 1800s. You ask, is the treasure still buried somewhere near Chelan? Find out by reading Lost Treasure of the China Bar.
Lost Treasure of the China Bar. Buy it on Amazon.com. $12.99 for paperback, $2.99 for Kindle. A great gift.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
What is home? A place to gather, a place to grow, provide shelter for the ones we love, eat, drink, restore, build trust. It's a place to rest when the workday is done, a place to find quiet after a night of good fun. What an honor we have at Guild to help own, finance, create, pave the way to live in home.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it on the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there. I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5, into... High school sports is back, and NCWLIFE Channel's got you covered. Tune in for football, girls soccer, and volleyball right here. Thanks to our sponsors, Charter College, Confluence Health, Diggs Heating and Air Conditioning, and Global Car Care. Follow all the action of high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
14, they Now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Thursday to you. Well, that didn't go very well. Boston scored 6 runs in the top of the 10th inning and beat Seattle 9-4 at T-Mobile Park yesterday, severely hurting the Mariners' postseason hopes. Game was tied at 3-3 heading into extra innings. Eric Swanson on the hill for Seattle. The Red Sox rally began with a passed ball. Then the floodgates opened.
Off the mitt. Here comes the run, and Lopez slides in. The Red Sox are in front, down to second. Verdugo. It popped off Murphy's mitt. 4-3 Red Sox. Bounding ball off the glove. 1 run is in. The Red Sox lead it 5-3 on a base hit. Crawford with the dive could only slow it down, and Renfroe in to make it 5-3. Shot into right field, a base hit. He's struck again. Bogarts is in. Here comes Devers. Safe at the plate.
He did it again. Unbelievable.
Little flare, and that is going to be a fair ball. Red Sox continue to strike, 1 big hit after another, 2 more in. He's all the way down to second. Red Sox lead at 9-3. A chalk ball, it looked like, by Christian Vasquez. And the Sox are sitting pretty, 9-3.
Yeah, it was not pretty for the Mariners. They scored 1 run at the bottom of the 10th, but wound up losing 2 of 3 to one of the 3 teams they're chasing in the wild card race. We'll talk more about that coming up. What's really too bad is game wasted another quality outing for Marco Gonzalez, who struck out 7 over 6 innings.
Has really been fantastic, especially since the beginning of August for the Mariners. Swing and a miss. A wave and a miss. Chasing off the plate. Marco has it dialed in now. He strikes out the side in order. Schwarber rips through some high heat. Marco has struck out 4 of the last 5 batters he's faced. Chasing. Marco has it locked in now. He sat down 7 in a row. Strike 3 call.
Big time strikeout. There it is. EQC Tracer razors it on that outside corner. Bogarts didn't like it.
Marco will do it again. Oh, he got him. What a way to finish it for Marco Gonzalez.
Yeah, it was one of those days for the Mariners. They have the day off today before beginning a series in Kansas City coming up tomorrow. Eric Swanson, by the way, took the loss of relief. Seattle has 13 games left to try to make up ground on the wild card race. Friday's game is the first of a 10-game road trip. Well, Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred was in Seattle today to announce that the Emerald City has been chosen to host the Midsummer Classic 2 years from now.
Major League Baseball has awarded the 2023 All-Star Game to Seattle and the Seattle Mariners. Woo! The game here in Seattle in 2023 will be the 93rd Midsummer Classic, the 3rd that's been held in Seattle, and the 2nd held in the current home of the Mariners, T-Mobile Park. I think many of you remember our last All-Star game here in 2001. I certainly do. Great performance by Hall of Famer Cal Ripken, and the first All-Star game for one of the great Mariners, Ichiro Suzuki. We look forward in 2023 to celebrating baseball and some of the great performances that have taken place here in Seattle, including those by Ken and Edgar, who are kind enough to be here with us today.
Adding to today's news, Mariner Chairman and Managing Partner John Stanton announced the team will make $50 million in improvements to T-Mobile Park between now and the game in 2023. Another American League West action yesterday. Jake Myers, Marwin Gonzalez, and Kyle Tucker each homered for Houston as the Astros beat Texas 7-2. Elvis Andrus collected 4 hits, and Oakland outslugged Kansas City 12-10. The two teams combined for 35 hits in the game. Brandon Marsh homered in the top of the 8th inning to give the Angels a 3-2 to win in Chicago against the White Sox. Now, Seattle came into the day hoping to stay 2 back in the wild card race, but emerged 4 games out. Toronto's Bo Bichette drove in 5 runs to power the Blue Jays over Tampa Bay 6-3. Brett Gardner's 2-run single in the top of the ninth gave the Yankees a 4-3 come-from-behind win over Baltimore. So New York, Toronto, and Boston all virtually tied for those 2 wild card playoff spots. Oakland 3.5 back, and the Mariners another half game behind Oakland. Well, busy prep schedule gets underway. Actually got underway earlier this afternoon on the soccer pitch. Here's a look at it. Ephrata travels to Prosser, while Omak is hosting Pateros, and Quincy plays at Natchez Valley. Cascades hosting Cle Elum. Liberty Bell visits Chelan. Bridgeport takes on Manson, and Brewster travels to Tonasket. Now, as far as volleyball on the courts here both this afternoon and this evening, Pateros hosting Wilson Creek. Cascade Christian welcomes Soap Lake. Then it's Toppenish at Quincy, Orville at Okanagan, Brewster hosting Liberty Bell. Eastmont hosts Moses Lake tonight at 7, while Bridgeport plays at Etiat. Manson and Omak don't start until 7:30. Other sports news. Well, there's a high school football game to kick off the weekend coming up tonight as Quincy plays at Natchez Valley at 7:30. Tomorrow night, Caribou Trail League, it's Brewster at Cascade. Cashmere hosts Granite Falls. Chelan travels to Lakeside, and Okanagan to Omak battle in the wheelbarrow game. That's where the mayor of the losing school and losing city will wheelbarrow the mayor for the other city to the other town. That's kind of an interesting one. Now, Eastmont's game against Lewis and Clark has been postponed tomorrow. This is a late-breaking story. A busing issue is causing troubles for the Tigers, according to Eastmont Athletic Director Wes Waterman. Game is tentatively scheduled for Saturday at 6, pending busing. Now, of course, that raised havoc with our schedule here on the NCWLIFE channel. We will not be able to do a game tomorrow because there is no game tomorrow. So we'll replay last spring's Wenatchee and Eastmont game. We are also not able to do that game Saturday afternoon because we have soccer on Saturday. Now, other Big Nine play, Wenatchee kicks off tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 at Mountain View in Vancouver, Washington. Moses Lake plays at Lake City, while Eisenhower hosts Lewiston, and West Valley finally gets their first game of the season against Kennewick. Saturday, Davis plays at Garfield, while Sunnyside visits Skyview. And again, that Eastmont and Lewis and Clark game could be Saturday at 6. We'll have more tomorrow on that. While we're looking at the football weekend, it's check the B schedule. Tonasket kicks off tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 at Manson. Bridgeport hosts Waterville Mansfield at 4. Liberty Bell plays at Pomeroy at 6, while Pateros hosts Soap Lake at 7. Then on Saturday, it's Etiat and Tico Rosalia at 2 in the afternoon. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant? Or actually, no, it's you. It's Jefferson. Hi, Jefferson. Back to you.
Thank you, Eric, for that marathon sports report. Now we check in with Dan Kuntz for another look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Jefferson. Join me for a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll have that wet weather forecast. Looks like we're in for a deluge. I don't want to panic anybody, but the older gentleman who lives next door to me, he's building an ark. I'm not concerned about that. Your wet weekend weather forecast, everything else you need to start your weekend will be right here. We're live and local tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Jefferson, back to you.
Thank you, Dan, for doing double duty today. That's going to do it for our newscast this evening. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or at our website, NCWLIFE.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we would like to hear from you. You can send us an email, news@ncwlife.com, or give us a call, 888-6295. That's 888-NCWL. I'm Jefferson Robbins. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget your mask.
Do you have a fun or interesting video you'd like to see featured here on the NCWLIFE channel? It's easy. All you have to do is send us an email at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
Counter